Okay, this is Listings to Leads, and we've been here for 16 years now. Not still a lot of people don't know about us, but when they get their arms around us and they start to understand what we have, they realize that this is a very powerful platform designed for realtors to help them advertise, help them build their brand, and to help them capture leads. And I think it's the capturing leads that's got most people very excited here. We certainly do as much automation as we can, but what we do really is we create tools. They're all branded to you. They all capture leads. We create tools that have call to actions. And I think that's really the big difference. I think it's on email and social media, and they're usually branded really well, and they might have your headshot in there and your phone number. And the expectation is call me. And sometimes they don't even have phone number, just, hey, I sold something or I just listed something. And where we are is we feel like if a realtor is taking an action, and they're taking many actions every day, right? That action should have something involved to help you capture leads. And so if you look at the left side of the panel, you'll see a lot of things that we do. You look at the right side of the panel, you'll start to learn that we have tools to help agents convert leads. And a lot of new clients, they really get excited by our platform. They can just set up the automation and they start capturing leads for free and it blows them away. Then they start using some of the tools, whether it's ads or whether it's print or whether it's email, and they start capturing more leads and they're like, wow, this is awesome. But it actually gets more exciting when you start earning commissions off of those leads. And so we've actually been focused in the past couple of years on developing systems, tools to help you convert leads. And what's great about today's call is we have some really awesome information to share with you. So if you're not a client, you can always sign up here. Agent pricing, basic plan is $95 a month. If you have more than 10 listings, it's $250 a month. And if you need a team or office account, you can find me. I'm right down here, Vince at Listings to Leads, and there's my number, right? So that's super discounted if you're doing that. Now, when we log into the account, and let me know, is anybody here, like, how long have you been a client? If there's anyone who's not a client, let me know, and you're welcome to be here, but at least I'll know who I'm speaking with. So when you log into the system for the first time, and if you, as some of you are new, you may not have gone through this, and you absolutely need to go through what I'm about to show you. And that is a setup wizard, okay? And what that does, so when you sign up with us, you put in your name, you put in your email, and you put in a credit card, and you've got a 2-week free trial. Then it's going to say, boom, right here, put your headshot in there. If you need to fill any of these things out, like maybe your MLS wants your license number there, right? If that's necessary, put it there. If it's not, just skip it. You want to put your logo. We have the branding color schemes for many of the top national brands. So if you're from one of these, you can do that. But you might have your own kind of custom boutique shop that you're with, and you can change the colors there. Again, if you need any of these fields, just put them in. And if not, move forward. And the exciting part of the platform starts right here. Oh, Deborah, you're not a client. Welcome. Glad to hear. If you have questions, let us know. Just put it right there in that panel and happy to answer. We have 3 tabs that ask you to connect to social media, and we do 3 different things. We auto post your listings and some landing pages. We help you run ads in 2 clicks on Facebook and Instagram. And we also ask you to connect for social content. I still talk to agents who still tell me, and you know how long social media has been around? Like 10 years. I still talk to people who are saying, I don't like social media, right? I don't want to share what I'm eating or whatever. And I totally understand. But what you need to think about is if you want more business, you want to talk to more people, and a lot of people like social media. And so we make it very easy to put content there, to run ads there, and to put your listings out there so you don't have to waste time doing any of that. So when you come here, you're going to click this button here that says connect to Facebook. It will take you to Facebook and it'll say, is this you, with your name? And that sometimes scares agents because they're like, oh, I don't want my personal page. But if you click that, you say, yes, it's me. The second page will show your business pages, and you can click what business pages you want to use. If you don't have a Facebook business page, email me. I have a 2-minute video to show you how to create that. But you cannot run ads on Facebook without a Facebook business page. And that's a really compelling part of our platform and something that you definitely want to be doing if you want to grow your business. Now, you can then connect to Instagram. It's very easy. LinkedIn, Twitter, X, Google My Business. You can connect to that. And if you have a YouTube channel, you can connect there too. Now, if you use Gmail, if you click through your Gmail, you can actually get to YouTube. You actually have a YouTube channel. You just may not use it. And it might be in your interest to click through and set that up and name it your real estate, your name and your city and real estate, right? So that, you can tell people, hey, when I'm advertising, I'm putting your listing on the top social media accounts in the country, right? So you connect there. That's going to allow us to auto post your listings. So when you have something just listed, we're going to auto post. I'm going to show you what this looks like in a minute. We put a landing page behind it so you can capture free leads if you have a big audience. And then we also put some of our landing pages. So we have what is your home worth and new construction. We can do that as well. So you connect there. And then the next page says, hey, connect to Facebook again so that we can help you run ads. And so you'll click there and it'll get quicker there. But this will allow you to run ads on Facebook very easily and very effectively. I'll talk about that in a minute. And then social content. So there's a lot of, if you have social media, you probably know it's wise to keep content on it, right? Ideas. And so there's a home design section here. We usually say take 5 of these sections so that you're not just getting overwhelmed with content. You might like kitchens, you might like bathrooms, who knows? Choose what you want. If you click the eyeball, you'll realize there's dozens of articles underneath every one of these sections. And what that's going to do is keep content fresh on your socials for at least a year, right? Now, if you keep scrolling down, you'll notice there's like inspirational quote stuff, and there's outdoor living stuff and home maintenance and repair. There's even like entertainment and travel. So you can put the things that you like in here so that it fits your personality. Then American holidays. If most of our clients are in America, that works, right? If you're in Canada, obviously we've got that set up too. Then there's some meme stuff, fun stuff. And then this is really important. We auto post PDF guides. So each of you will have 80 PDF guides, okay? 40 for home buyers and 40 for home sellers. And this is by default, we're automatically going to do this. When you do that, it's going to auto post throughout the year with a landing page behind it. So if people want to download these, they can for free as long as they give you their contact information, right? Call to actions. We even do it in Spanish if you're working in a Spanish speaking market. So then it comes here. So we've done all of our social media connection already. Now, how do we get your listings in? So if you have an email in your MLS, drop it here. If you don't have any listings and you want to borrow one, you can click grab a listing. You'll need the zip code and the MLS ID, and you usually want the permission. You should talk to the agent who has it, or maybe your manager, to make sure that you're not messing with any rules. And then here is where you can connect your CRM. So we have APIs from many of the top CRMs right here. You can click here and there'll be some sort of step that you got to manage. If you don't have a CRM, or if you have a CRM and you haven't set it up, or if you have a CRM and you got drip campaigns and you notice that nobody's actually really responding and calling you or emailing you, I highly recommend that you click that button right there that I just checked that says Listings to Leads Forever Follow-up, which is basically our drip campaign. And our drip campaign has a very high open rate. It also, from just having discussions with our clients, has been closing appointments. Okay. So if your CRM, your drip campaign is not closing appointments, I recommend that you click that on there and you let that go. I'll show you where you can do that in the account as well. You can also sweep in your reviews. If you have reviews on Zillow, on Google, on Testimonial Tree, you can sweep them in right here, and then you're all done. I think there's a couple survey questions, and that's how you set up your account. A lot of people feel like, can I have some help when I set up my account? And usually we say no, because just clicking through those buttons like I just showed you is how you set up your account. All the automation is now turned on. Okay. So then when you log into the account, you're going to find that there is I'm going to take a stop right here. I'm going to show you this. If you're looking at this, when you log into your account, often we have a little pop-up. This video right here is 6 minutes long. Facebook ads cheat sheet, avoid these mistakes. I will be talking about Facebook today. I actually do a dedicated class on Facebook and Google ads. And this 6-minute video is very valuable. So when you're logging in, make sure you get in and watch this. I'm going to show you a couple places where to find this because we do a lot of stuff here, right? We help agents run ads. We put automated content on socials. We give you e-flyers that you should be sharing. We give you print tools that get you high quality listing leads, right? But the Facebook ad stuff, if you're an agent that wants to grow your business, if you want to grow it by 50% or 20 or 30, or if you want to double your business or triple it, we've had plenty of clients do just that. It doesn't happen in a week, right? It's going to take you months or even years. But our clients have done it. We have clients here for 8 years, 7 years, 14 years. And if you are one of these people who are trying to grow your business, that means you need to talk to more people, okay? And getting leads with name, email, and phone number is critical. In each of your accounts, there are more than 200 tools that capture leads, some in email, some in print, some with free social media stuff, some with paid ads. Nothing gets a phone number and email and name as fast as a Facebook ad and as accurate. So we'll be talking more about that. But if you're going to be running ads to get buyer leads, this is a really great thing to be paying attention to. If you want seller leads, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Anyway, and come in here, you'll see there's a listings tab, there's an ads tab, there's a PDF guides tab, there's social content, which we already set up in the wizard. There's landing pages and the client review page, which we were talking about earlier. Okay. Now, once you're set up, we drop you right here on the dashboard. And the dashboard, you can make a decision. Do I need buyer leads or do I need seller leads? And whichever button you click on, all the tools that are here to help you get, in this case, seller leads, they're all teed up right on this page. Okay. And so what can you do to get seller leads? You can run ads on Facebook and on Google. You could market later stage listings, things that are sold or under contract or pending. These call to actions get you seller leads. You could use the seller landing pages. There are actually a number of them. You can create more. You can create unlimited landing pages in your account. We'll go look at that. And then, like I said, there are 80 PDF guides, but 40 of them are for sellers. So these things are here just ready for you. There's short form video scripts on these pages. And then also emails, where this section here is really useful because you're capturing leads. You might be driving the leads into your CRM. You might be using our follow-ups to engage leads. But once or a few times a month, we will write an article that's a little more news-based, maybe about interest rates, maybe about just some statistics that is useful for you to share, right? And so you can do that by just clicking right here whenever you see a new one. We usually put an announcement that there's a new one. And there will be an article already written for you. This one actually has our listing presentation built in. And our listing presentation is awesome. So I'm going to show that to you in a few minutes. But all that is on the dashboard. But before we dig under the hood and see all the things that we want to talk about today, I want to make sure you understand where are some resources for you when you're getting started, because that's what this class is, getting started. Let me have a sip of coffee and we'll think about what's here. As I mentioned, we have a lot of ways to capture leads. And I don't know, and if you want to put it in the question panel, let me know what your goal is working with us. Then I'll be able to speak to that. But I feel like there's two types of clients that come to us. There are agents who they've heard about us. They've heard about us from friends. They've heard about it through email. They've seen us on YouTube or whatever, and they get a listing and they're like, I want to use this system. I hear it's great, right? I want to use that. And there's so much automation in our listing marketing that it's cool. You suddenly look like a marketing rock star. And then they'll sell that listing and then they'll cancel and they'll go take a break for a couple months and maybe they'll come back or maybe they won't. Then there are other agents who are like, no, this is my full-time business and I need to have a machine to help me market and grow my business and year over year earn more money. And if that is, you found the right system. Looking at this page right here, there's some really great stuff here. We have a marketing calendar, and each day there is something that you can do, right? You can market a active listing, something that's for sale. There's a checklist here that you can download. There's very deep instructions on the step-by-step guide here. And then if you've got an active listing, which should be in your account, you can just click this and it says market. Now you can go act on the instructions, right? You can actually land here and start marketing your listing. Now, we won't dive into that just yet. I just want you to know that's what that section is set up for. And if you glance at it, you'll notice that Mondays are always for marketing listings to get buyers. Tuesdays are always for marketing listings to get sellers. Okay. And Wednesdays are alternating marketing the PDF guides. We're going to look at the PDF guides. We're going to look at sold advertising. We're going to look at how to market back and forth every week, buyer, seller, buyer, seller. And then over here, these are landing pages on Thursday and Friday. Now, as you can see, there's many different topics here, right? So imagine that you actually have an extra 10 minutes a day, right? And you want to go through this exercise on a daily basis. And I know many of you will not be able to do that. It's just hard to remember that, right? And you'll be distracted with Lord knows how many things. So that won't be happening. But if you were doing that, you would have a lot of tools on the market sitting there waiting to capture leads. Some are free, some are print, some are in email, and some might be ads, right? So that's what this calendar can do for you. But the real reason I want to bring you here is this page, this tab that says resources, because we do a lot to help our clients learn and understand our platform. And we convey that information almost on a daily basis. It actually, yes, definitely on a daily basis. We have first of all, we do live training, which we're sitting on a live class here right now. And so if you click on reserve spot, you will see the classes that Scott and myself are doing every week. Okay. I do Facebook and Google on Thursday. I'll do top tools for more listings on Monday, and I'll do a class for lenders next week. Scott will be adding his classes here as well. Okay. So lead gen webinars, I'm going to send this to everybody right now. I'm not sure how you found this particular class, but leadgenwebinars.com, you can sign up for free to be here. Maybe you're just learning about us. Maybe you're a client. You want to understand how to get more out of this. Lead gen webinars is great. But if our schedule doesn't work with your schedule, you will also find on this page our YouTube channel. And on our YouTube channel, every class that we do is right on this page, right? It's our YouTube channel. We got a lot of stuff here. And I frankly think this is one of the best resources you have, especially when you're trying to use us. And so the homepage it's cool. There's some good stuff here. I definitely recommend getting on our shorts. Scott's doing 1-minute videos here. So today we're on a 1-hour class, and I appreciate you being here with me. But I know you don't always have time for that. And you might be able to spare a minute, right? And so if you just scan these for 1 minute, we get so much feedback from our clients that Scott is boiling that down and saying, hey, somebody got this result and this is how they did it in 1 minute. Okay. You can learn a lot from our shorts. You can sign up and subscribe on the shorts tab here. But on this tab, which says videos, every class that we're doing is right here. Okay. And you will see Scott's classes. You will see my classes, Facebook and Google, top tools for more listings. And remember that 6-minute video I told you, the Facebook ads cheat sheet? That's really what you need to be looking at for sure. You'll know when you need to get there. I actually tell clients, and I don't know how long you've been here. Some of you are not even clients, right? So I literally tell people, hey, if you're new to us, watch 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 rows and it doesn't matter when you join us because we're rotating and going through and giving you updated views of the system. But by the 3rd or 4th row, you're going to know exactly what we're doing. and you will be able to put together a strategic plan for your own business of what you need for your business and what tools are here to help you. And so that is why this YouTube channel is so strong and so powerful. You can follow us on Instagram. Our video shorts are there as well. And then we've got this page over here, which is a Facebook mastermind group. So if you are a client, you should click this button and you should get to this page. And this is a private group on Facebook. You'll notice I have an invite here. You will have a button that says join group if you're not part of it. And this is where Scott and I are talking about technology that's coming. I actually just launched this last week. And I said, and you're hearing it, I think I pushed this out on Friday. We have a website that we call an agent website, agent listing website. Okay. And I finally figured out, working with one of our clients, how to map in an IDX from your MLS and plug it into this page. And I'll show you what this page looks like. Actually, let's look at it right here. This page that I'm showing you, it's very rarely looked at by our clients because we have so many tools, you never find it, right? But I was talking to this one agent, and they were saying, hey, I don't have a website. Should I get one? And I said, you don't actually need a website, because the way our system works, we're reaching out via email, via social media with ads. Who's going to find your website? And I said, if you're going to do that, please don't spend like more than $100 a month, right, on a website, because there are companies charging you 3 and 4 and 5 and whatever the number. But you'll see here that this is for a new client here. And this page up here is default. Here we snapped in a free IDX from her MLS. So if you ask your MLS, hey, can I just have a free IDX? I want to plug it into my website. They'll give you a little string, a little couple line or two of HTML, and you paste it in. You'll notice that this has all of your PDF guides. And if people want to download these PDF guides, they can for free. They just got to give you their contact information. And also, there is a 100-point marketing plan, which is really our listing presentation. And yeah, we want to give this away for free too, but we need your contact information, right? So you can see where we're getting at, that we want to capture leads, right? Here's some social media posts. Here is what is your home worth. This is all automatically created. It's sitting in everybody's account. If you need this, just put a note right here in the question panel. I'll show you where it is. But this was a free plugin. And now she doesn't have to spend more money, because the one thing I often ask people about, and by the way, all of her listings that she's very new to us, when they get in her account, they will show up right below here, right below this IDX search. So you can search, you can see her listings, you can download some PDF guides, you can get her listing presentation, or you can find out your home value, right? All on one page. It's already sitting right in your account. Anyway, I was putting that there, and I saw something that a client put in, I think it was Friday as well. And I want to bring it up because I think it was a good question. And the funny thing is, our clients answered it, and often they do, right? She says, hey, as Scott is training for everyone and for me, can you create a step-by-step, what should I do to promote a new listing? And so she just asked, and honestly, I don't know, she must not go look at this page, because how to market a listing is covered here all the time. Here's open house marketing, and there will be active marketing right here. This is how you promote a listing, right? Step by step, deep instructions. Instead of going and checking it out, Celeste rather just ask random questions in the mastermind group, right? Plenty of agents doing that. And Tracy, one of our clients, says it's all right there. Just click when you click on your listing, which is totally true. Now, I want to share with you what Scott shared, which I think is really valuable. He says, hey, there's a full write-up on open house marketing that we have on one of our support pages. And I'm going to share this with you all right now. Okay. And what he's saying in his response is, look, this is on open house marketing, but you can do the exact same thing for listing marketing. And this is really, it's solid, right? So I'm going to share this with everybody, play with all the PDF guides. Oh yeah. Okay. I will. Elizabeth, I see your question. Please share the link to the page. What happened here? Give me a second. I thought I copied this link. However, if you're watching this on a recording, it will be in the mastermind group. So I'm sending this link to everybody right now. Okay. And there's a walkthrough on open house marketing, right? And I think also down this page, there's just a lot of information on open house marketing. I thought the 6-minute video was here too, but definitely just lots of ways to get to market just an open house. But you can certainly do this with just listed, or you can even do it with pending or sold. And you definitely want to market listings at a later stage if you want more listings. And a lot of clients, it takes a while to get there. I'm not saying you're going to do this all in day one, right? But if you're marketing a listing just listed, you're going to get buyer leads and maybe even seller leads. If you market a listing that's open house, you're going to get buyer leads. And many of our clients are getting listings from marketing an open house. I need that landing page. Please send me. Okay, Victoria. Yeah. Okay, so everybody likes that page I was showing you, which belongs to Trisha. So we'll go look at that in a moment. Okay, so let's go look. Okay, so anyway, get to the mastermind group. That was my message, right? And then we got distracted on open house marketing. But you should have a link now to this page and to leadgenwebinars.com. And you know where to find the YouTube channel. I send this to, I know Deborah is not a client. So Deborah, this is a great place if you don't want to watch our live classes. And for anybody else, come here, right, to this page, because it's all right here. Now, because I just mentioned it, I'm going to answer this and I'm going to go talk about a couple of more things. We're just talking about how to get started with the system here, right? But on the listings page, there are a couple of great things. This is where the listings automatically drop, and we'll dive in and I'll show you what you can do with that. But there are two things that we want to look at: listing presentation and more tools. And more tools, there's a tab here that says agent website. And this is my agent website, right? And remember, I showed you Trisha's and I said, hey, we got Trisha's and we snapped in our IDX. We did it. So here are my listings, right? And if I click on a listing, boom, I land here on a single property website that we also auto-generated for you. And this has your listing presentation. Again, download it for free, right? What is your home worth? That's a free home value. The PDF guides. So this is very similar. The architecture is very similar to the agent's website, right? And remember how I said we can sweep in your reviews? Whenever relevant, we're going to put your reviews right there, right? Then there's your listings. You can even say, hey, I want to put in a testimony. I don't know where that video, I guess it's been pulled down. I better pull that out. This is a single property website. We auto-generate these for every property. This is the agent website, which is what I was saying you can snap an IDX in, and you'll see all the lead capture, all the free content. It's here. So really our goal is, how can we get you more listings? The more tools you use, the more leads you're going to get, right? Yes, Victoria, this class is being recorded and it will be on the YouTube channel, which I just sent to everybody, right? So let me just show you real quick, since we're just talking. I'm going to add a section right here. So this is adding a section to the agent listing website, right? So we looked at the agent listing website. You could see everything is there. You could turn sections off if you don't want them, but I'm going to just show you what we did. I think on Trisha's, we said, find your home, but you can see, you could say search all listings, right? Whatever, or property search, right? That's, you see that on a lot of people's websites, property search, right? So you name it there and you go to your MLS, say, hey, MLS, I need a free plugin for HTML, little snippet, and I want to drop it. And so I can put it on my website. They'll email it to you. You copy it. And you see this little button here. When I hover over it, it says HTML code. You click that, you paste in the HTML code, and it'll be this like freaky little characters. And then you click this again, and boom, it will have that thing. Now, I will tell you this, because we ran into this problem. It will only be a couple of lines long, and inside you will see, it'll say width X, like 0, and height X. Make the height 750 or 800. That will make it a big square like we were looking, okay? And that's really it. You save it and boom, it's now going to be there. And if you say, oh, you know what, I want that section lower or higher, you can drag these things up and down, right? That's it. That's part of the system. And you know what? What does an agent website cost now? It's at least got to be, I think you can still find it for $65, but it's often like 100, $200. Here, the reason why I always tell people, like, hey, go look. Can you find out for yourself how many people hit your website every month? And many of you are in MLSs competing against 5, 10, 20,000 agents. So how many people are landing on your website every month? And on average, it's not even a couple hundred people. So you don't want to be burning hundreds of dollars a month when people are not finding you, right? Our system is designed to reach out to where people are and capture leads and give them back to you, not really driving people to your website. We do have some tools that will help you do that, but that's not really the point here. Now, on this page, remember I clicked on listings. I said all your listings are here, and we went to more tools, and the agent website's here. If you got an office and you got a big monitor, you can snap that in. It'll scroll through your videos or all your listings. But on the listing presentation, we actually have a listing presentation that is in print, which you should print. And you should probably print this right away so that it's on your desk and what you have access to. We also put it in an electronic format called Flipbook. And this is what you want to take when you're on a listing. You want to print the print version, and you want to put your paperclip. It's branded to you on every page, right? And then you want to present this one, because this one is obviously much more interesting. It's slick, right? And it says, this is all the things I'm doing to market your home when you sell your home with me, right? Now, we haven't even talked about these things because I've been yammering on about all kinds of other stuff. But that's why I'm saying you should print this, because you will see everything that we're doing. And when you go over to the YouTube channel and you watch Scott's video about marketing a listing that's active or open house, it will then become very clear. Oh, that's half of this stuff is happening automatically, right? I'm not even doing it. But I can tell people I'm doing it because it's not talking about listings to leads. It's your picture and your logo, and this is what you're bringing to the table. You can even say, so this is a generic one that you get right off the bat. Let me go over here and show you something that's even more cool. Are any of you going on a listing presentation in the next week or two? Anybody here? Just give me a yes or no. If you are, you can go here and click add listing and do it manually. Okay. And when you're putting the status, so Victoria, you definitely want to follow what I'm doing here. You click, the status is listing presentation. Okay. And you put in a few fields, put the homeowner's name there, their email, their phone number, just call it beautiful home in whatever town, and then put the address. You don't need to have a lot of stuff here. You don't need a big property description because it's just the presentation. Then you save and go get one photo. Maybe you'll find it on MLS. Maybe you'll find it on the internet. Maybe you just go take it with your smartphone, but you can add a couple of photos here or just one. And once you've done that, save. And what's going to happen is we're going to create a toolkit for you for that particular listing. So you see that my status here is listing presentation. Now I have a downloadable version of the listing presentation for that house, only speaking to that house. And then you want to click this, bring your laptop, bring your iPad to that listing presentation, and then pull this up. And for some reason, it takes a couple seconds here when we're doing this. But instead of all those generic photos on the listing presentation, it's specific for that home. And the photographs are right there. We'll give it a second. I'm not sure what. Oh, yeah. Got to talk about that. Let's talk about this right now while we're waiting for this thing to bake here. As we're talking, if you're on a desktop computer, there's a navigation bar in GoToMeeting. Okay. And there are some buttons, and one of those buttons has a paperclip. And on that, please click that and download these two documents, Facebook and Google ads, which is another class that I do, because you need to know the kinds of ads that you can run and what kind of leads you're going to get. And that's what it's going to say right there. And this one is top tools for more listings. And I'm just going to guess that a lot of you would like more listings. Now, I know in some of the states, inventory is building up and you need to move listings. If that is the case, then you want to be talking about Facebook ads. And you want to watch that 6-minute video I was talking about right here so you get the most amount of leads. It's the Facebook ads cheat sheet. It's only a 6-minute video, but absolutely watch that before you run ads. So let me just repeat myself. If you got a lot of listings and you need to sell them, you need to watch this video because that's going to get you the most results with name, email, and phone number. Okay. If you need more listings, download this document here and start executing on this. Now, to help you execute on that, you will notice that 13 days ago, I did a call called Top Tools for more listings. And that is definitely going down this. Okay. So you can download this right now. And if you're watching this on a recording, you can email support or you can email me and ask me for it. They've got these, they have both of these documents, and then I have them as well. So it's ready. So this is the listing presentation based on a particular home. So Victoria has a listing presentation. So it's going to have their address. It's your branded here, your logo here, but it's a picture of their house, right? And instead of just talking generically about what you're going to be doing, they can see what their home is going to look like via your marketing. And this is going to be just a little more compelling, a lot more compelling, frankly. It's very hard to do all of these things. Most agents cannot do all these things because it would take hours to do. You don't have to tell them that we're doing it for you automatically. But if you get to this page, tell them to pull out their smartphone and say, hey, why don't you scan this right now or sitting here at the kitchen table? Because we will pop in their phone a mobile optimized website, and you will have them as a lead. And you can tell them, I market to capture leads, to talk to more people, to sell your home. Not many agents can speak clearly to that. They can't speak to social media. They can't speak to online marketing. They can't speak to technology. And they probably can't speak to capturing leads. Most agents will put a listing in the MLS and wait for somebody to bring a buyer. You're going to go out and find buyers and get the top dollar for that home. That's why our listing presentation, many of our clients just tells us it's bulletproof. So since we're here, we can market. Now this one, actually I jump up because when you're in a listing presentation, we don't actually create every tool. But remember now, that's just the intro to the system, right? We have not talked about how you actually market a listing and how you market PDF guides and landing pages, right? We've just been talking about some really cool features of the platform. Here I've got an open house. Let's click on market listing and let's just quickly talk about what's here, okay? I've mentioned running Facebook ads, right? And you can click this button right here. And I mentioned that there is a 6-minute video to help you do this correctly, okay? Here's how you do it very simply. You click Facebook and Instagram. We have clicked everything you need to do and boom, create a button. Create ad. That is how you create an ad in 2 clicks. Watch the 6-minute video to make sure that this ad works really well, okay? And then you'll see we do social media posts. The post looks almost like the ad. It's just when you run an ad and you put money behind it, thousands of people see it. When you put it on your social media, maybe it's only hundreds or dozens of people who see it. Similar to the ad, you can actually capture a lead. Let's go look at it real quickly here. So this is what it looks like on Facebook. And you don't even have to touch it, right? This is all happening real time. The listing hits the system, the open house hits the system, boom, we're pushing it. But what's even better is if somebody clicks on it, we drop them on a listing landing page. Now this is time sensitive, so there's a little ticking time bomb thing there. But if anybody clicks on continue with Facebook, we're going to grab their name and email and deliver it to you. And that's how you can capture free leads. And a lot of our clients do that setup wizard. And within a day or two, they've got leads and they're like, I can't believe this. That depends on how big your social media following is, right? There are a lot of tools that can help you market this, right? We create single property websites, virtual tours. We have a very powerful open house marketing toolkit. I gave you a link on how to maximize your open house. And I just launched an office on Friday and somebody was asking, the owner was asking me, hey, what do I say to agents who ask me the question, is it even worth having an open house? And you may know, if you've been in the industry for a while, that question shows up on like real estate news almost every year, if not every 2 years. Is it in the homeowner's interest for me, the realtor, to hold an open house for this property? And there's really two answers from my perspective. If you're just going to put it in MLS and wait for people to bring people to you, maybe not. It's really 50-50, right? If you're going to use our platform and use the handful of tools and go look at the document that I sent you already on how to market an open house, by all means, you need to have open houses. We have clients marketing an open house for 5 to 7 days. They're generating 50, even 80 plus leads in 1 week for one open house. This is an online sign-in form, running ads, using print flyers, and that gets to this nearby homeowner letter. Our number one tool for getting seller leads is this piece of paper, okay? And you might think it's going to be something electronic, right? And certainly I can get you seller leads with ads and with email and all this and that. But when you take this piece of paper, I'm going to download it right now, and you get it into either around your current open house or with mailing it to people with equity, this is the number one tool for getting high quality listing leads. Just to give you an example, this says, hey, we got an open house 1 to 4. Go check it out. Scan that, go there. You're going to become a buyer lead. But we're always going to say, this is going to affect your home value. Go here to this page that we automatically created for you and go get your free home value. Okay. We actually just a couple months ago had a lady who said, I just borrowed a listing to do an open house for the listing agent. And I pulled the listing in my account and I did some things. I put some flyers. I even ran an ad and I printed 50 of these and walked the neighborhood before the open house. And I got my own listing because somebody took that, realized I was marketing a home in their neighborhood, wanted to sell their home, and that's how it worked. Now, that's when you're using an open house. You can also mail it. We have a printer here called Express Copy, and you can say, hey, you know what? I've got a listing, and many of our clients will mail the nearby homeowner letter when they have a home that's just listed and when it's just sold. Same listing, mailing 2 different times, right? Here, you can click get the mailing list, say, hey, I want a 1 or 2 or 3 mile radius. Express Copy will download it and mail it only to people with more than 6 years equity, okay? All you got to do is click that green button. Yeah, they're going to charge you. You can see the price right there. You want to be doing that if you want more listings. You want to figure out, how am I going to get that out there? Now, let's go back to the mastermind group. And let me show you that nearby homeowner letter has been a top tool for many years and talked about for many years inside the mastermind group. And one of the ladies that I keep mentioning is this lady who has been a client of ours for 14 years and has been talking about this tool for 14 years. But she even blew me away because we've actually, there are a few training calls where we've had her on here in the past years. We could certainly talk about this. There's so much discussion going on about this. In the old days, I used to say, hey, everybody, get this letter, download it, and go get yourself some colorful envelopes. You'll see clients with like banana yellow envelopes and lime green envelopes, just all these crazy colors, so that it doesn't look like junk mail. Homeowner, if you're mailing it to people, will actually open it. Because you can see this letter, it's not a heavy read. It's, we just sold this house. Affect your home value. Pretty easy. Do you need your home value? Go there, free. So she prints out batches of 100, and she's been with us. So she figured out, hey, if I flip it over and use Microsoft Publisher, make the backside of that piece of paper look like an envelope, and then I hand fold it and hand write it. And I don't know if you can see it. She's got these little like moon tapes, little circular tapes. Remember, I just showed you in 2 clicks with Express Copy, 100 pieces go out. Why in the world is Pat doing that? Let me show you the answer why. The first 100 had 4 homeowners calling her. If you look in the comments, you'll see that I asked her, how did dispatch do? Because this is sold. She said, oh, another 4 people. All 8 of those people want to sell their home and probably have sold their home with Pat. And that's from 1 listing and 200 pieces of mail. Okay. Pat's not the only person. If you watch my class called Top Tools for More Listings, I will list off 4 other people, Dustin Fox, Chris Winstead, can't remember the other one, but that are generating leads there, right? Or getting listings there. So that's a nearby homeowner letter. You definitely want to get that. Now, let's go over here and look at landing pages. And I want to finish by talking about Facebook ads, but let's just look at landing pages and PDF guides are similar. First of all, you can create unlimited landing pages. And the ones that most of our clients want are landing pages for instant home value, which is property valuation plus, for FSBOs and expireds. Okay. Now you can do custom ones. We even have empty nester ones. So if that's a dynamic in your market, definitely do that. Click that there. You'll see that I have the instant home value for San Antonio. And I always put in a picture of something that looks like the area, not the local mansion, but the thing that people will know, right? This is one for Glendale down in like the LA region. And this is like their big mall, right? Everybody goes and hangs out there on the weekends. You know that if I'm talking about something that's relevant to that community, that's what's going to work for me, right? Here is Release Valley, which is a neighborhood where everything starts at $2 million. I definitely want to own that development, that neighborhood, right? So I create a Release Valley home value landing page, and I put a picture of the swimming club, which is literally at the entrance of this area. It looks like my laptop is starting to choke up a bit. And if you're creating a home valuation landing page, I really don't recommend having a photograph of a house. I recommend having a landmark that everybody in that area knows. And this one's taking too long, so you can get the idea. The picture's down here, right? But the key is when you have this, once you have it, click on marketing tools, and now you create the tool that captures leads. But how do I get it into the market? And don't tell me that my internet is dying. Can everybody hear me here? Because boy, things are looking a little wonky. Okay. So I clicked on marketing for my Pleasant Hill instant home value page. And you can see, yeah, okay, thanks, Kristen. I'm sorry. It looks like there's maybe an internet problem, but I just stopped the pages that are maybe chewing up. So when you want to market any landing page, you're going to have these options: a Facebook ad, a Google ad, a free social media post, e-flyer for your database, where you can copy this and take it and blast it on your leads. Just click copy code here. And if you've got your own CRM, you can do that. There's database call scripts. You want to call your leads to convert those people. There's postcards and door hangers. Actually, one of our clients uses the door hangers at Vistaprint, and just not even door knocking, just hanging these, because you can scan or get your free home value without even calling you. And there's a letter, and everything that's in print has a QR code. So that's for any landing page you create. But remember, I mentioned that there are PDF guides as well. There are actually 80. And your color scheme, your logo, your headshot will be on every page of every one of these. They're all like 5 or 6 pages long. Okay. So again, just like how we were marketing the landing pages, you have the same option with the PDF guides. You've got Facebook ads, you've got Google ads, you've got free social media posts, you have e-flyers, and you have print flyers and postcards, and that's it. You want to really remember that if there's free social media to capture leads, there's paid social media and Google to capture leads, and there is print and email, all capture leads. Okay. And that's like the big overarching theme of what our system does. So when we look over here, the social content, it's set and forget. You don't really need the media library unless you're an agent that just doesn't sleep, because that's just for you to get lost. And it's like a Canva thing. The client reviews, you can share. Now that you got the client reviews in there, and you know that this is almost like the agent listing website, which we were saying you can snap in your IDX. You could probably snap in your IDX here too. However, you can always take this website, put it on you can add your IDX right here with your reviews, which is another smart thing to do. But if you take this URL, this web address, and put it on Facebook and tag your client and say, hey, thank you for your review, all their friends and family and colleagues on Facebook are going to see that. And that's a great way to leverage your reviews to get leads. You recognize this is all lead capture for you. So those are sort of some of the tools. We've got 5 minutes, and I would definitely recommend, we have 6 minutes, that you put questions in the question panel. I want to show you one more thing about our Facebook stuff. And again, remember I was saying earlier, this is something for the agents that want to grow their business. Okay. Because the Facebook ads cost money, right? There's an ad budget. And what I want to point out is the return. This was just come in from a client of ours on May 8th. Okay. And this is what he's saying. So I'll read it to you in case you can't see. Because we have just run, he's got a team of 5 agents, right? So for 10 weeks, they have run ads on all their open houses and just listed listings. And they spent in those 10 weeks, $2,000, and they've generated 570 leads. Okay. And the average cost per lead is $3.53, right? So and actually the average cost of leads for buyers across the country is about $3 to $3.50. So that's not bad. Now, this is posted in May 8th, and he says 2 buyers have already closed and 3 more are approved. We're 3 weeks later than when this is posted. And I can tell you that the update is 4 people have purchased homes out of this 575, and another 4 are pre-approved looking for homes. Okay. So that's going to be 8 listings in less than a month sold from $2,000 worth of Facebook ads. They're clearly working on more leads in that system. And they're also using our AI text. So let's talk about what AI text is. And the reason why I want to stress this is Facebook's been around. The ad side has been around for, I want to say 10 years. And we began training on Facebook ads in the first week or 2. Once we understood what it was, we started training our clients like, hey, use our tools this way. So let me show you what Craig was doing over there. He was saying, hey, we're running, they're doing a $50 budget. So you create a listing ad. And by the way, I have a class on Facebook and Google, so you can watch that and you have way more detail, right? And I break it down on the Facebook and Google side based on, do you need listings? What's going to get buyer leads and what's going to get seller leads? But in that case, what Craig is talking about is they're just trying to get buyers. So you would market a home that is for sale or open house, which is what they were doing. Now they're leaving it on lead ads, and this is really important. I recommend this for every ad. If you see the option of traffic, change it to lead ads. And I'll show you why in just a second. So when we click open house or click just listed or just sold or whatever, we pre-write the ad, okay? And we have a little template. And if this home is in Danville, which it is, we're going to say Danville plus 15 miles, okay? Now for buyers, our default budget is $35. What Craig is saying is they didn't do that. They put a minimum budget of $50. I can't remember if you put it here. I think it's from our call that that's what he said. We definitely have clients even doing $100 ads. And here's why. If you're getting a $3 ad or $3 leads and you put in $35, you'd expect 11 leads. Okay. If you put in $100, you would expect 33 leads. Okay. And when you put in more money, Facebook tends to favor your ad because $35 divided by 7 days is $5 a day. So it's not a lot of money. So they're not really looking at it as you're serious. I don't really know how they do it. We can just tell by analyzing all the thousands of leads that bigger budgets get more leads at less cost. Okay. And this guy has 575 leads in 10 weeks for running $50 ads on just listed open house. So that kind of gives the Facebook algorithm the chance to learn what your target is, what you're trying to do. Because a lot of agents will run an ad once a month at most, maybe a couple times a year. That's not going to change the shape of your business. You have 575 leads in 3 months, and you keep repeating that, and you keep selling homes through that group. That is a growable business model in real estate. Okay. Now, one thing I want to point out is if you go to the leads tab over here, there is a section where you can sign up for our AI text follow-up. So let's talk about that for a minute. if I'm getting a lead with a name, email, and phone number, and by the way, let me show you exactly what's going on. You don't have to do this when you see it's time frame to buy or time frame to sell. When you're creating an ad, you don't have to do this. I'm just showing this to you so that you understand what's going on. When somebody sees the ad and they click on it, we ask them, what's your time frame to buy or sell? And then we show them this. And I don't know if you can see it, but it says full name, email, and phone number. And the difference of the ad is that is pre-populated by the person who clicked on it. Okay. So I don't know if you've ever logged into Facebook and it says, hey, we're going to send you a text or an email to get you into your account. We're like locking you out for a minute, just for security reasons. So people have their accurate information there and they don't have to type it in. It's auto-populated. It is pulled in, sitting there looking at them. And there's one question. Do you want that information? And it says, yes, submit my info. So people actually are looking at their info before they send it to you. Okay. And then you get the lead. And what are you going to do? If you're like most of our clients, you're going to pick up the phone and call them. And you're not going to apply the common sense that nobody wants to talk to anybody that they don't know. Our phones, like I have this phone, it actually tells me when spam calls are coming in because there's so many scams on the phone, like the phone's actually doing that, right? You get scam in your email, you can get scam in the chat mail and Facebook. Lord knows we could talk all day about the kinds of scams that there are in this world. So if you're calling somebody because they sent you their contact information, they don't really want to talk to you. It's not that they don't want the information. They just don't know who you are. So you really should be texting them, right? So if you're a client that's just going to run an ad for the first time in a couple of years and you're going to get 10 leads, text them with simple questions. Hey, I see you're looking in Danville. Does that work for you? Or is Walnut Creek, the adjacent town, good for you? They answer, hey, that's a 3-2. Is that what you need? Do you need more or fewer bedrooms? Wait for the answer. Price point, right? You get it. Simple back and forth questions until they're tired of texting with you. I say, hey, thanks. I was just looking, or can I book a call with you? I'm enough texting. We didn't put it here, but you can actually see it right here. If we go to the live channel on our YouTube channel, we actually have Craig interviewed. We have a call with him, and let me see if I can find the title of it. It's kind of long-winded, but we have Craig on it right here, right? Struggling with Facebook ads, unlock 8x ROI secrets. And he's telling you what he's doing, right? So there could be some value there. But what he is doing is running ads on homes that are just listed and open houses and spending $50 each, right? And he's using our AI text to convert those leads into phone calls. Overall, we are converting 11% of our leads with phone numbers to phone calls for our clients who are using our AI text. So if you're going to be one of those agents that's like, yeah, definitely want to talk to more people, you ought to figure out what your budget's going to be. And our AI text follow-up works on both buyers and seller leads. It's converting 11% of those. So you can do the math. So let me give you an example, right? This guy right here is saying, I spent $2,000 and I got nearly 600 leads, right? He's probably paying about 100 or more for the AI text to follow up on it, but he's converted already 4, and he's got another 4 that are all going to buy homes. And you can probably imagine that the commission on 8 homes is well above $2,000, right? So that's something that you want to think about. Okay. Are there any questions? I don't see any more. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Get in the system, get in the marketing calendar, get on our YouTube channel and start executing on this. And by the way, this paper here is downloadable in this call right now. If you don't have it, let me know. I'll repeat how to get it. Nearby homeowner letter, running later stage ads on Facebook are going to get you seller leads, creating home valuation pages and running ads on Facebook and Google. This is just, you could read through this. It's all pretty understandable why this would work. When you look at the tools, you will understand exactly why this document is really important to every realtor who wants more listings. All these tools are created automatically. And I'll tell you this, just to wrap up, again, thank you for being here. Scott and I agree that you need to email your leads. And when we say leads, the contacts. So the underlying concept here is you're going to have a list of people with equity in your favorite farm market. Maybe it's Orlando or wherever, right? Orlando's huge, so you probably chop that up into sections. But you buy a list of people who have equity. You mail them something of ours once or twice a month. You put that list in your CRM or in MailChimp, and you send an email every week, and you run an ad to those people, directly to those people on Facebook every week. That's how you really dominate your areas, your neighborhoods, and your towns. I go into a deeper discussion on this class called Top Tools for More Listings, which is on our videos page. And I think I just did that like it's right here, 13 days ago. Okay. So thanks everybody for hanging out with me. Enjoy the summer. I know it's getting quieter because everybody's on break, but boy, take the time to build your database to get your machine running so that in the spring, when everything starts, or not spring, but in fall, when everything starts to click again, you've actually got a foundation to work on and to build from. Thanks so much for being with me here. Don't forget, get in the mastermind group. We've got a great support team inside the account. You can go down here to the bottom left where support right there and just put your question right there. Everybody answers. If you need a team account, you can find my or brokerage, you can find my contact information on the website. And have a great day. Enjoy the summer, everybody.